Of the Martello Tower at Sandycove, where the action starts in Ulysses, which is Nora Barnacle,
Barry McGovern was reading.
and Harriet Weaver, and Joyce's Death Mask, which is just a bit like that.
From the 11:30, how much was it? It's good.
Oh, she's just going it. Things working. I'm going to James Joyce's voice, yeah. There's another one here. All of the sins and go to, he gave us the little pop. Yeah, this building is built for milkship officers. Magazine, number 1, scented barrels, scented cases. And James Joyce's guitar.
She said you were speaking with you, no? Yeah, that's what I thought. So anyway, would you like some of these cards? Here's my sister card. She moved down, oh, she's got five. Oh, you are? Oh, you did? Oh, that's right.
Let's go to the roof. So the bedroom is like an old purpose room. Here, the round room. Oh, not a place I would choose to live. Oh well, walked all the other, it doesn't look too safe out there.
If I bought a pair of old gloves this time, you like those new shoes? How much? And those clothes and all, the brown cotton, the skirt, the jacket, and one of the cleaners, 3. What's that for anyway? What's the The men won't look at you, and the women try to walk you because they know you've no man. So with all the things getting dearer every day for the 4 years more I have of life up to 35, no, what am I now? I'll be 33 in September. Will I? What? Oh well, look at that Mrs. Galbraith. She's much older than me. I saw her when I was out last week. Her beauty's on the wane. She was a lovely woman, magnificent head of hair on her down to her waist, tossing it back like that Kitty O'Shea in Grantham Street. First thing I did every morning to look across, see her combing it, as if she loved it and was full of it. Pity I only got to know her the day before we left. And that Mrs. Langtry, the Jersey Lily, the Prince of Wales was in love with. I suppose he's like the first man going the roads, only for the name of a king. They're all made the one way. Only a black man's I'd like to try. A beauty up, what was she, 45? A beauty up to, what was she, 45? There was some funny story about the jealous old husband. What was it at all? And an oyster knife. He went, no. He made her wear a kind of a tin thing round her. And the Prince of Wales, yes, he had the oyster knife. Can't be true, a thing like that. Like some of those books he brings me. The works of Master Francois, somebody's supposed to be a priest, with a child born out of her ear because her bum butt fell out. Nice word for any priest to write. And for a blank E, as if any fool would know what that meant. I hate that pretending of all things with that old blackguard's face. I have to see it's not true. And that ruby and fair tyrants. He brought me that twice. I remember when I came to page 50, the part about where she hangs him up out of a hoop with a cord, flagellate. So there's nothing for a woman in that, all invention, made up. About he drinking the champagne out of her slipper after the ball was over, like the infant Jesus in the crib at Inchicore in the Blessed Virgin's arms. Sure, no woman could have a child that big taken out of her. And I thought first it came out of her side, because how could she go to the chamber when she wanted to? And she, a rich lady, of course. She felt honoured. HRH he was in Gibraltar. HRH, he was in Gibraltar the year I was born. I bet he found lilies there too when he planted the tree. He planted more than that in his time. He might have planted me too if he'd come a bit sooner. Then I wouldn't be here as I am. He ought to chuck that freeman with the paltry few shillings he knocks out of it and go to an office or something where he get regular pay, or a bank where they can put him up on a throne to count all the money all the day. Of course, he prefers fluttering about the house. You can't stir with him inside. What's your programme today? I wish he didn't smoke a pipe like father. Like a smell of a man. Or pretending to be mooting about for advertisements when he could have been a Mrs. Cutt. Still, only for what he did then, sending me to try and patch it up. I could have got him promoted there to be the manager. He gave me a great new lad at once or twice. First, he was as stiff as the Mr. Really and truly Mrs. Bloom. Only I felt rotten simply with the old rubbishy dress. That I lost the lead out of the tails. But no cut on it. But they're coming into fashion again. I bought it simply to please him. I knew it was no good for finish. Pity I changed my mind of going into Todd and Burns, as I said, and not Lee's. It was just like the shop itself. Rummage sale, a lot of trash. I hate those rich shops. Getting your nerves, nothing. Kills me altogether. Only he thinks he knows a great lot about a woman's dress and cooking. Marthering everything he can scour off the shelves into it. If I went by his advices, every blessed hat I put on, does that suit me? Yes, take that. That's all right. The one like a wedding cake standing up miles off my head, he said, suited me. Or the dish cover one coming down on my backside and pins and the needles about the shop. Girl in that place in Grafton Street I had the misfortune to bring him into, and she as indolent as ever she could be with her smirk, saying, I'm afraid we're giving you too much trouble. What's she there for? But I stared it out of her. Yes, he was awfully stiff. And no wonder, but he changed the second time he looked. Wholly pig-headed as usual, like the suit. But I could see him looking very hard at my chest when he stood up to open the door for me. It was nice of him to show me out in any case. I'm extremely sorry, Mrs. Bloom. Believe me, without making it too hard the first time after him being insulted and me being supposed to be his wife. I just half smiled. I know my chest was out that way at the door when he said, I'm extremely sorry. And I'm sure you were. Yes, I think he made them a bit firmer, sucking them like that for so long. He made me thirsty. Kitties, he called them. I had to laugh. Yes. This one, anyhow. Stiff the nipple gets for the least thing. I'll get him to keep that up. And I'll take... this one anyway. But this one not so much. And I'll take those eggs beaten up with marsala, fatten them out for him. What are all those veins and things? Curious the way it's made. True the same in case of twins. They're supposed to represent beauty, placed up there like those statues in the museum, one of them pretending to hide it with her hand. Are they so beautiful? Of course, compared with what a man looks like, with his 2 bags full and his other thing hanging down out of him or sticking up at you like a hat rack. No wonder they'd hide it with a cabbage leaf.